Hello and welcome back. So in the last video, I showed you how to create Getresponse landing pages, and this was a very in-depth landing page tutorial. In this video, what you're going to look at is thank you pages. So I'm going to look at 3 different types of thank you pages in Getresponse, and I'm going to tell you about all of them in a moment. But meanwhile, make sure you watch this video before you continue with this one, because in this video, I showed you how to build a landing page from scratch, and the interface for building a landing page and a thank you page is the same. So make sure you watch this video, because this video has so much information. You're going to learn how to build the landing page from scratch. You're also going to learn some tips about how to create landing pages. And if you want to find this video, you can just come to youtube.com and you can search for best Getresponse landing page tutorial, and you'll find the video here. Or you can also go to google.com, and on Google, you'll just search for the same thing, best Getresponse landing page tutorial, and you'll find the video is here. So you can watch the video from there, or you can also watch it on my site. I did embed this video on my site, and it is embedded on bizanosa.com, so you can go and watch it on bizanosa.com as well. So it's entirely up to you. Most importantly, just make sure that before you continue with this video, if you don't know how to build landing pages, watch this video. So the types of thank you pages that we have on Getresponse are, you can have a thank you page for your forms. So for the opt-in forms, every opt-in form that you create on Getresponse normally has a thank you page, such that when somebody subscribes, they will automatically get redirected to the default thank you page. And the second part is for people who are already subscribed. If you have people trying to sign up on your form and yet they're already subscribed, their email address cannot be used twice in the same list. You can create a thank you page and have them get redirected to that thank you page, or you can use the default action, which is just to leave them on the same page. So for the bulk of this video, what you're going to look at is thank you pages under landing pages. That's what this video is primarily about. Okay, so under forms, we're also going to look at these 2 landing pages, but I'm not going to talk much about them because I believe I have lots of videos about this. You'll find lots of videos that I did about this, and you can find the link in this video. So the first one, let's click here on forms and surveys, and we're going to see the thank you pages that we have. So if I click on forms and surveys, if I scroll down, I can create a form. I just want to choose any that I can show you as an example. So for this one, let's say I use this template. This is your form, and we're interested in the thank you page. So if you come up here, you can just click on thank you page, and on the thank you page, you see this is what you have here. You can edit this as much as you want to. You can just click on any of these elements, and if you double click on them, you can change anything about them. Okay, so let's say you want to give a download link on the thank you page. So if you want to give out a download link, you can just come here to add field, and where it says download, you can just drag that in here, and if I double click on it, it will take me to the styles, and on the styles I can change the color. And I can also change the size if I want to make it bigger. You can drag that out. And then if I want to create the link for this, I can just come in here under layout, and I will put the link for the download item. Okay, so you can add your link there for whatever you're giving away, whether it's a video, it's a PDF file. Just put the link there, and once you're done with all of this, you can save. I did a bunch of videos about how to edit this form, and just go and check out that section about Getresponse forms. That's why I'm not going to do much about this. And the second part, the second thank you page that we have is the thank you page for people who are already subscribed. So for that, let's go inside of settings. So under the form settings, if you scroll down here, you're going to see the subscription settings. So here we are interested in the thank you page. So you can choose a thank you page. Okay. If you want to use the default thank you page, it's going to show the form that we've just edited. The form that we've edited, that's the one that will be shown to your subscribers. And then for already subscribed people, you can choose to stay on the same page, or you can choose a custom form. And I'm going to show you how to create thank you pages in Getresponse. And once we start creating the thank you pages, you're going to see that you can get the link. And once you get the link, you can just paste the link in there. So, or you can use your own website. If you have a website, you can create a thank you page for people who are already subscribed, and they will automatically get redirected to this page. And if perhaps you're giving away a download, you can just come here, add the link for the download here, or you can add the link to the thank you page here, and then you put the link for the download on that thank you page. So here again, if I come back here, you can see that we have default and we have custom. So here under custom, you can use your own website, or you can use the Getresponse thank you page. And we're going to see how to build the thank you page in Getresponse. And as I said, make sure you watch the video about creating landing pages, because in that video I showed you how you can build different types of landing pages. Okay, so let's go into landing pages, and we're going to see how we can create a thank you page. So I'll just close this. Make sure you scroll up and you click on save. Of course. Right, so that's it for this part. Okay, so let's get started with landing page, thank you page. I will come back to landing page. Let me click on landing pages. If you want to create a thank you page, this is where you will start from. So you can see the one I created, I deleted it in the last video. So I can create a new landing page. So if you scroll, you're going to see that you have different categories for these templates. So in the last video, the one for landing pages, I built one from scratch and I showed you how you can do the same. However, for thank you pages, you can just click here on thank you pages and you'll be able to choose a template. And I'm going to do that in a moment. But first of all, let me just tell you something that is very important here. So for all this for all these landing page templates, some of them have a thank you page and the landing page. Some of them don't have a thank you page. So you can see this one has got a landing page and it's got a thank you page. This one as well. I don't know if I can find one which only has a landing page here. So I can't find one here. Let's show the build from scratch templates. So for instance, if I select this template, and you can see this one only has a landing page, it doesn't have a thank you page. So when you're choosing your templates and building them from scratch, make sure you choose one which has got a thank you page as well, if you're going to need a thank you page. Okay, so make sure you watch the video I did about how to create the landing pages, because I deleted everything from this and then I showed you how to build a template from scratch. So let's look at the thank you pages that we have, and you can choose any of them and you can start editing them. So in this case, I'm just going to select this first one, and you can see it's just like a landing page on its own. So a thank you page in this regard, in this sense, is just a landing page. Okay, so if you want a landing page that doesn't have a thank you page, this is what you will use. That's that. And then let's look at this one. This one is a landing page and it's also got a thank you page. So this one is a thank you. This one only has the landing page, which is the thank you page. So let's say we start editing this one. Let's just select this and let's call it sample. All right, so let's say that this is a thank you page that you want to use. You can design it however you want. Okay, you'll just add your logo there. So I showed you how to edit everything on a page like this. Just watch the video about creating landing pages. You're going to see how editing these elements are pretty easy. So I also showed you how you can create variants. All of that is available in the video. If you watch it, you're going to learn even how to make this responsive, how to make this landing page responsive. It's just the same process of how to create a landing page. So let's talk about the thank you page. What are some of the things that you can put on your thank you page? Let's say, for example, somebody has just signed up or has bought a product from you. You may want to upsell them on something, or you may want to provide them with complementary products or complementary resources based on what they've just bought or what they've just downloaded from you. And that's where the thank you page can come in. You'll just add those elements here. Like you can see for this one, perhaps this was a situation whereby somebody bought something and they were redirected to this thank you page. And so complementary products or additional products or recommended products were added here. Okay, so you can add, let's say you want to add another product here. Maybe you want to recommend certain products. You can recommend various products or resources. If somebody has just downloaded an ebook from you, you can also tell them to download something else which is related to that thing. And so that's what you may decide to do. So you can show related products if you want to. Let's say that I want to show related products. 3 products. Somebody has just bought something from me, or perhaps you're selling things via eBay, via PayPal. And on PayPal, you can create a redirect page whereby once people have made a purchase, they will be sent to that page. So let's say this is a similar scenario. So here, maybe it's related. You can show them related items. You can add a button for each of them. So you can use the thank you page to promote more items that you have, whether they are free resources or they are items that people have to buy. So you can change. You can give the button a solid color. And if you just double click on it, you can add a link. You can add a link right there. You can give the link a title, and this is what people will see when they hover. Okay. And I can change the color of the text. I can change that one to white. And I don't know how to change the background of this. I can't seem to find how to change the background of this. So yeah, I can just leave it like that. I can't seem to find it, and I was unable to add CSS here. It didn't work. So you can also add a title. Of course, you give the product a name, and you can change the color to white. So this is just if you're recommending another product based on what they've already purchased from you. And of course, you'd need to replace the image, and you can just do that by clicking on the image and you replace. So you can just change an image, replace, click to replace, and you're going to go to the file manager where you'll be able to upload or use the images which are already available on Getresponse. So that's it. So that's one way you can use the thank you page. Once you tell them the message thank you, of course you add your logo there, just click replace. Then you can tell them about some related products. You can also tell them about your social media. So you can see here we already have Twitter, and you can add your Twitter link there, Facebook, all of that. So you can use this, which are already here. And you can also have the social shares. Tell them to share. Let me add a section down here. Let's say we tell them to share, so they can like the item. And then we have tweet. You can have tweet. Let's just remove this like. You can have them tweet. And if it's got some beautiful images, you can add the pin it button and the LinkedIn. Maybe you've given out coupons, and tell them share this with your friends. Okay, so I'm trying to make sure that this video is pretty short because the landing page tutorial was very long and it had everything that you needed to learn in order to create a landing page. And therefore, I want this video to be much shorter. I want it to be less than 20 minutes. And I'm going to try and squeeze it and make sure that it's less than 20 minutes. So I'm going to try and shorten it to make sure that it's less than 20, or if it goes high, it's probably going to be around 25. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this one. And you can click to go to the next step. So make sure that when you're building this, a very important part is that you make sure that this thing is responsive, okay? And you can do that by redesigning it on the different devices. So that's something that I also spoke about in the landing page video. So I'm not going to cover this. I also spoke about how to create variants. You can create different variants. So just with this, I'm going to assume that our landing page is now ready. And I'm going to go to the next step where we can get a link for the thank you page. Okay, so here you can give the page a title. And in the previous step, there's an option, there's a button up here that allows you to preview your landing page. So make sure that you preview it before you go to the next step. And then you can fill in all these details, description. This is for SEO purposes. And this one, of course, you want to give a title that is reflective of your landing thank you page. So the title is what will appear up here. And all these other items. So this one doesn't really have any email. This one doesn't have a form. Okay, you can add a form on it. There is an option to add a form, but as a thank you page, I don't know what the form would be for. But if you have a scenario whereby you want to add a form on that thank you page, then go ahead and try it. And then I don't have any domains, but if I had a domain, I would be able to use a domain as my thank you page. So you can give your page maybe a name. So let's say that's my landing page. Of course, I'm going to delete this as soon as I'm done with it. So if you try to access this, you probably will get a 404 error, not found. And then you can just click on publish. All right, so your landing page is ready, and you can just copy it and share it on social media. This is a thank you page. So the thank you page is ready, and you can just share it. You can just link to it in the places that you want to link to it. Maybe somebody buys something from you. You want them to come to the thank you page. This is a link that you can use. If you're selling things using PayPal, then you can do this. If you are also using another email marketing platform and you want to use the Getresponse landing page as your thank you page, you can add this link as a redirect so that when somebody subscribes, they will be redirected to this page. Or you can also put this link in the section where I showed you for your forms. So if you want to use this thank you page for your forms, then you can just go into your form settings, and then you can change to custom, and then you add the link here. And I showed you how to do that earlier in the video. So you can preview your landing page, and of course I was just doing a sample. So in closing, I will say that you can use your thank you page to personalize a message for your subscribers or your customers. If they buy something from you, you can redirect them to the thank you page. And then on the thank you page, maybe you can have more items for them that they can look at. Instead of just telling them thank you and ending there, you can continue on and show them more resources. If maybe they subscribed to your blog, you can send them to the thank you page and show them your popular posts, or you can just add the social shares. So if you say tweet, you can tweet that, and share, you can also share. So just give people something more other than the thank you. Like if you're selling a product, just add some products here that are related to that. Or if you have more coupons that you can give away those coupons here as well, because when they click on them and they buy something, that's more money for you. So in closing, I want you to know that the most important part of this process is the bulk of this was covered in this video. And in this video, I showed you how to build a landing page, and we created one from scratch. So just go to YouTube and search for best Getresponse landing page tutorial and watch this video. And once you watch it, every element that you're going to see inside of the Getresponse landing page builder will be familiar to you, and you'll be able to use it however you want. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions, feel very free to let me know. So I'm just going to come back into landing pages. If you come this side, you can view it, you can preview it, you can edit it, you can edit the settings for the page, then you can duplicate the landing page. Alright, so that's it for this video. In the next video, what I want to do is I want to redo a video about creating Getresponse autoresponders. So in the next video, I will come here under email marketing, and we're going to look at autoresponders. I will see you then.